Who the Hell is a new book series on the world's greatest thinkers, presenting their ideas in an accessible, engaging and jargon-free way. Piaget's epistemological concepts. Piaget set out to explain how children's minds develop, enabling them to adapt to the environment. To do this, he developed 5 basic cognitive conceptualizations to illustrate the development of human knowledge acquisition. We will look at the first 3 in this video. 1. Schemas. A schema is a way of organising distinct pieces of knowledge within the human mind. Each particular schema that an individual human has is a representation related to different aspects of the world: objects, abstractions, concepts, and actions. Piaget imagined schemas as an index card filing system within the brain. Each index card contains information regarding how an individual should approach or react to a given concept or category. Each schema is akin to a unit of knowledge. They are therefore the building blocks of all knowledge. According to Piaget, schemas allow us to make sense of the past and plan for the future. Adults have a large filing system with many index cards, schemas. But when a child is born, there are very few cards on file. As a child ages and experiences the world, the filing system grows in terms of the kinds of information and the level of detail on each index card. For example, a young child may have a schema for dog, as they are commonly seen in everyday life. Based on their experience of animals having common characteristics, 4-legged, friendly and playful, initially the child may also include other types of animals into their dog schema. A schema does not just refer to a tangible object like a dog. Humans create schemas for more complicated conceptualizations, such as how to go shopping or drive a car. These types of schemas would be akin to a script. When a person walks into the grocery store or gets into their car, the script for these actions would be activated. As children grow, schemas become considerably more complex. They change from being related to physical activity to being more about objects, events, and ideas. They're constantly modified and adapt as the child interacts with the environment and guides their own intellectual growth. Piaget envisioned 2 processes constantly working together to drive the progression of intellectual development: assimilation and accommodation. Assimilation is the process of integrating new experiences into already existing schemas without modification. A simple example would be of a baby who learns to grasp an object. The infant will quickly use their grasping schema to integrate in new information and try to grasp toys, balls, and other small objects. Assimilation occurs continually as environmental information is taken in from the outside world and mapped onto existing schemas. For example, a young child is walking along with his parents and sees a border collie and correctly says doggy. His parents are proud that he recognises it as a dog and give him positive reinforcements. Even though he has never seen that particular breed of dog before, he knows that it is similar to the other 4-legged creature that lives in his house. So he correctly places the information onto his doggy index card, an example of assimilation. While assimilation accounts for significant quantitative developmental growth, it does not account for changes in existing schemas. To understand the changes that occur and motivate children to understand new information about their world, Piaget describes the process of accommodation. Sometimes when a child encounters a new phenomenon or stimulus, the novel information does not fit into an existing schema, and the child must figure out how to interpret and process the new information. There are basically 2 courses of action for the child at this point. A. The first option is for the child to determine if the existing related schema can be adapted to fit the new information from the outside world. Or B. The second option would be to create an entirely new index card, a newly created schema. Piaget considers both options to be different formulations of accommodation, which is the creation of new schemas or the modification of old schemas. The end result of either action is change in cognitive structures, which would be defined as cognitive development. Put simply, accommodation occurs when schemas are modified in any way based on experience in the world. For example, a very young child may see a horse while walking along a path with her parents. She may look at it, seeing it for the first time, and assume it is a dog, which is the 4-legged creature she is most used to seeing in her everyday life. The parents likely correct her and tell her it is a horse, and perhaps give her more information about what a horse is like compared to a dog. So initially, the young girl would likely try to file the animal on the dog mental index card. When over time she learns that it does not belong on that card, she will need to create a new index card for horse. According to Piaget, children going through the processes of accommodation and assimilation are actively constructing their understanding of the world. So cognitive development is an active, rather than a passive, process, in which the child must be a participant in order to construct their own reality. These constructions are a representation of the child's particular understanding of the world and do not necessarily reflect an accurate representation of reality. But as the children develop, their view of the world more closely aligns with reality. So to recap, a child imposing his current available knowledge structure on a situation would be assimilating, while a child who is forced to change her knowledge structure in response to a given situation would be accommodating. We can see why Piaget's developmental theory was so groundbreaking. It changed the concept of a child. Whereas before children were seen as mini-adults who made only quantitative cognitive changes over time, that is, something that can be measured, Piaget presented a much clearer picture that encapsulated the realisation that children undergo significant qualitative changes in thought. In other words, something that can be observed. The continued alternation between these two theoretical processes drives new understanding of the world. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like to know more about who Piaget was and get your head around his theories on the organisation of knowledge and the stages of cognitive development, as well as how children learn the difference between right and wrong, then why not check out our book, Who the Hell is Jean Piaget, by Dr. Jessica Kohler, available on Amazon or via our website at whothehellis.co.uk. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like it, and to catch all our new videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.